You are now entering a different world. Art After Dark TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab on your place. What you are about to see is not what you were expecting. I warn you, not everything seems as it appears. This is not a show. It's the show. The show of a small, talented boy with his guitar and his songs, his love, and his, well, disapproval. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you, from Mexico to the rest of the world, your favorite ghost, Adam Stone.
People try to bring me down, saying things to burn a man like me, but don't you know I'm already on the ground? All the things break a man like me. These people keep pulling me down, and I don't know how to turn things around, 'cause my life's too weak, but then positive, but every single one that's surrounding me. Every day. I don't know why pain always follows me. He's my best friend, but that's okay. He's always at the bar. Every day, just the same. Every day, just the same. Every day, yesterday is nothing. This is a new song called The Poacher. This sanitized didn't last like you and me. Throw them into a washing machine. The paint comes out with a spin. If you cannot last a single spin, then what are you doing here? I should have known before that you were just passing by. A piece of my life, fighting for what I think that is right. You traded this life down last. No wonder what we are now become right. Don't let the money last, because I'm not coming back. And that is when we roll that surround, because I'm not coming back. Everybody knows that you are not fully sold up. Or I'm going, thought that I would have you by my shoulder. But ever since pushing my beliefs, I'm not friends with a poacher. Everybody knows, so everybody knows, the ones who love you want us. As everybody else, we're not friends with a poacher. As everybody else, we're not friends with a poacher. I hope the money lasts, 'cause I'm not coming back. And finally what's around, 'cause I'm not coming back. I hope the money lasts, 'cause I'm not coming back. And finally what's around. Thank you.
Whoa, PCP, ho. Shea butter, deep low, I'm about to put my foot on these niggas next, like my gold Figaro chain. Why my blazer model bitch feed me low, man? You know speaking Guapanese, leave me alone, man. If you's a broke nigga, I don't even know your name. If she a broke bitch, I can't even blow the biz. Even back when I was giving out that pro dick. You heard me, I ain't tryna feed you and your 4 kids. Can't afford to let you play me for these tokens. Can't afford to cook it up with niggas who ain't beastin'. How you hunting for this money? You ain't beastin'. Fuck your drip, fuck your sauce. You ain't seasoned. And I ain't done wetting niggas up if you ain't leaking. Niggas step, I'ma wig and spray on God. Cause niggas getting paid, stay pray on God. Run the place, why you niggas in the pay on God? Better pray for my devilish ways on God. And best believe a bitch will get slayed on God. But I don't want it cause she ain't paid on God. And any nigga that owe me finna pay on God. I beat my chest and let my nuts hang. Leveled up from days of needing ride the bus chains. You still cashing out on hoes, yeah, that must change. I'm just an MUA, but be her face with nut stains. Nasty, I'm the creases in your Jordan 12s. Cracking and bending niggas when you're overstill. Who asking about a nigga? Is you clientele? No need to conversate if you ain't speaking buy and sell. Yo bitches hit me by the cell, said I'm hot as hell. She wanna get a top as well, shit, might as well. And I been that nigga my whole life, I got a lot to tell. But I don't give game out for the free like it's fresh out on bail. Broke niggas stamp, I'ma wig and spray on God. Cause niggas getting paid, stay pray on God. Run the place, why you niggas in the pay on God? Better pray for my devilish ways on God. And best believe a bitch will get slayed on God. But I don't want it cause she ain't paid on God. And any nigga that owe me finna pay on God. PCP, hoe say, but a D-Lo. Whoa, it's PCP, ho. Yeah. Ay, let me get my issue off. Like I was staring at some cheeks that were tissue soft. This big dick energy bout to piss you off. We living in a pandemic where the whore's winning. The problem ain't the simping, but it's why we so addicted. The sex is so explicit, we ain't the only witness. Somehow the kids caught a glimpse and now they souls twisted. Sex sells when all fails, but you hoes tripping. I'd rather do before I die, so I'm pimping. Sell it or consume it, my only options. I could ignore it, but I can't ignore the swollen profit. So I start spitting that gospel like a holy prophet. In her earth with this game like I coached the Rockets.
You can't control yourself, then I'ma control your pockets.
You know what I'm saying? I got them bras playing. You ready to kill for the box? Going dead for the box. For a thrill for the box. For a thrill for the box. Temporary thrill for the box.
Chickity check yourself or you wreck yourself. Fuck these hoes, fuck these lanes, nigga, get your wealth. Chickity check yourself or you wreck yourself. Fuck these hoes, fuck these lanes, nigga, get your wealth.
Ooh. Scene 2, take 2, action. What got you into film?
We can hear you guys.
Guys.
It looks so scary. It's rolling. Alright, sound rolling.
Bra strap time. Okay. Hi, my name is Lena. I am a filmmaker, photographer, and artist currently based here in Chicago. Action. So what got you into film? Well, okay, I think I always knew that I wanted to tell stories, but I never thought that film was going to be a tangible goal for me until I stumbled onto YouTube. I saw a bunch of guys doing these little sketches, and it reminded me of the little sketches that I made with my cousin. My dad got me this little digital camera one year for my birthday, so we would just like do funny little sketches together. Anyway, one day one of those YouTubers posted a short film, and like I was like, wow, like the camera work is good, the like acting was decent. And I think that's when I was like, I can do this, because he made funny little sketches, like I make funny little sketches, and he made a movie. I can make a movie. So I started writing longer scripts with bigger concepts, and now I do what I do now. I'm working on starting a production company with my two friends, Dylan and Xavier.
Wait, was that the cue?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, Mom wants you to take out the garbage.
This is my house.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forgot.
And what's the name of your production company?
Baseborn Studios.
Baseborn Studios.
That's right.
Say that again. Look into the camera.
Baseborn Studios.
And
Say it again.
Do we want to say it all together?
3, 2, 1. It's
Baseborn Studios. That was terrible.
Action. So what about photography?
Photography was kind of something I got into because my interest in film. I thought it'd be a good idea to get experience with a camera, framing, or whatever. So I bought this back in 2016. It's a Canon T6i. It's nothing great, but it works for what it is.
I mean, no, one's a little saltier. It's got like a little bit of funky taste, but yeah. But I mean, look, like we were out of lettuce. Lettuce is like crunchy fun. Yeah. It's like, you know why they have lettuce on tacos, right? Because taco meat's a little spicy. Taco meat's a little spicy, so this distills it to even it out. It's like it is. It's like getting roll off. He said separate, but
I'm pretty broke, so I just use whatever's on hand. Lately, I've been taking plastic cups and coloring them with Sharpie. And then I just like pop it over the flash and kind of like wave my hand in front of it. And it does a cool thing sometimes.
We don't want to kill any of you, but trust me, we will.
got cigarettes. Like I'm passing him one. Some more.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What is your art like?
Monsters. I like to draw monsters. I forgot what I have to say next.
What is your art like? What do you like to draw?
Monsters. I like to draw monsters. I prefer not to draw things that exist because I do, I kind of have to adhere to expectations of what those things look like. But with monsters, they don't exist. They're not real, so they can take whatever form I want them to. They can be made out of anything I want them to, like this one. I made out of leftover coffee because I just had it lying around and I kind of felt bad throwing it down the drain. So I did this. It smells kind of good, so that's cool. Yay.
That's great. Good job.
Good.
Hey, what's up? I'm Freddie Sunshine, and you're watching A Different World on Art After Dark. We did a couple little different things for you guys today. One with a full live band, and then one with kind of like a half live band using Ableton Live. That way's new to us. We normally just play with the, with the live band. We wanted to try something a little different, like just in case, someone couldn't make it or things like that. There's still, the show still goes on type of deal. But this, this new way's kind of cool because we can make it sound more like what the songs originally sound like. So like when you stream it, it sounds almost identical. I'm able to put live effects on vocals, altered drums and things like that. So it's really cool process. It was definitely our first time trying it. We did it, and I hope you guys enjoy. You can find all my socials at Freddie Sunshine. Search me on Spotify. Visit my website for any merch or anything like that. It's www.freddiesunshine.club. And I appreciate you guys having me. I hope you guys enjoy what you see today.
You be calling, drop a pin, and we on light. You be talking like your pigs want it starting right. Drop a tab, feel it here, we in tune light. Open mind, feel a shift, please don't ruin my heart. Cause I've been feeling so low, so I get real high. A lot of drugs are low. I can't find my way back home. 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 No.
Sunshine. Trust not, fuck bitches,
001 and got two, but not you. So fuck church and fuck you. I'm sorry, mom and dad, it wasn't your fault, but evil still proceeds. My tone thought this lifeless heart, the legend of preacher was late. My heart's racing, I'm zipping. Mine's gone and I'm drifting on the childhood that I'm missing. Break the web, blood, man, lost my way in life. And I'm sharpening the pen knife. Don't know which way is right. In search of that roadside, that safe light. So tell me, I'm dreaming, I'm dreaming, I'm dreaming. Away from this sleep on this album, my demons lie. Cause I'm not so fucking poster boy. I'm ready to the one I'm not. Never slipping when I'm being caught. Find another mascot. Cause I'm not so fucking poster boy. I'm ready to the one I'm not. Never slipping when I'm being caught. Go find another mascot. Poster boy, I'm ready to know what I'm not. Never slipping when I'm being caught. I'm riding on the mascot. Cause I'm not your fucking poster boy. I'm ready to know what I'm not. Never slipping when I'm being caught. I'm riding on the mascot.
Welcome to Han Maru, the inner shrine of Chief Takinawa. people met him through his foray into the lo-fi community, they may not be aware of the other sounds he creates. Believe me when I tell you, the Oni never sleeps.
My name is Crystal Wilson. I go by the Gem of Shaolin. I am a Gary, Indiana, born and raised artist, poet, and hip hop artist.
Yeah!
We were the first river of living water. flowing upward in thought, unique like the now first teachers, though others are still in the now. Even without our garments in gold, we were clean. But this purity was corrupted. Streams filled with jealousy and hate feeding into us. We slowly lost control. Our bodies and every single jewel made to adorn, swept away by foreign storms and trapped. Our waters became still. Still like the Dead Sea with all those life-giving minerals, and just as much of a contradiction. We were the life-givers. Strong river, stained red, with remnants of our land's sons and daughters, justified slaughter. Fortunately for us, emancipation broke those levees, but we still weren't satisfied. Proud fists raised, we became our own storm, cyclone, quickly changing everything we came in contact with like a hurricane. Now this is us, flowing like the rapids with no restraints, and if stuck, evaporating into the air. See, our souls were never complacent with death like the spirits of ancestors, elevating only to return another day, reborn. Their rains pour down on us. From birth, we are engulfed. Our pregnant mother's water was never broke, but wealthy in knowledge, and this river still flows into new territories. Unfortunately for them, it'll never stop. We keep going regardless, because though our people were once rulers and once even subservient, we have always remained steady, a constant current. As I dream, I watch myself run down familiar streets, picket sign swings in my right hand, audible, a 70s beat slamming. My grandmother's front door red from the mace. She wanna know what's that noise for. I even my pace, and somehow we wind up seated on a jungle hut's dirt floor, while she, like the sweet smelling salve on my face, gentle motions, inches closer, and sings. Darling, don't you pay that, no, never mind, no. Never mind, no, never mind. I awake, recalling conversations of yesterday, contemplating my discontent at her complacency as I sat giving what I thought were vital war reports to what I thought was a civilian. Running down battle notes from meetings and news streams, not understanding why she seemed unmoved. Granny, they fold us up like parchment paper, poke holes like school ruled as you sit patronizing propaganda, a siren song called news. Then she looked me right into my soul like I was Job and asked me, where were you? Were you there? Were you there when demons catapulted little girl limbs into the sky like twisted worship? Were you there when fire hoses baptized us amidst the turmoil, all without the Lord's word? That's for certain. Were you statue with soda pop thrown to and fro, glasses crashing like warning shots ringing in my ear, condiments cascading down our bodies, preparing for the new Musalia, when all I could allow myself to hear was my sister whispering in my ear, saying, darling, don't you pay that, no. Never mind, no, never mind, no, never mind.
Good morning or afternoon or evening or a happy witching hour if you're watching this at 3 in the morning. My name is Ashlee. I am a visual artist in Chicago, from Chicago. Huge thank you to Art After Dark for inviting me to be a part of this episode and be a part of their channel and their creative community. I really appreciate what you guys do for creatives. It's awesome. Super, super cool that you put us out there and support us, and thank you, thank you. I'm going to try to talk about myself. I'm not the best at doing so we'll see where we go with this. Like I said, I am an artist from Chicago. This is some of my work that's behind me. Some of the stuff I'm working on, some of the stuff that's already done. I started my creative whatever when I was a kid. I always liked to draw and color and all that stuff. I started off drawing Looney Tunes characters, and I drew a lot of Goofy. My nickname was Goofy that I gave myself. I don't know why. It wasn't very funny. I just think I liked him, and I would sign my name as Goofy for things and then draw his snout and his teeth, and that was my thing. So I mastered Goofy. And then I just jumped into painting with oil. I'm kidding. But yeah, so from Chicago, born and raised here. Grew up on the Northwest Side, near Cortland and Lawndale, like Armitage and Central Park, stuff like that. So we spent a lot of time inside the house. Wasn't the best neighborhood, so me and my family have always stayed indoors. Me and my sister would draw a lot. And art was one of the things I loved about school. I was a big nerd with all the other subjects though, but art was amazing, and very much enjoyed. I went to Lakeview High School, which is huge on art and music, and unfortunately didn't have a lot of classes pertaining to art, but what we did do was awesome. And when I went to college, I went to Northeastern and I took a couple art classes there. When I say a couple, I mean just 2. But in one of them, this is one of the bigger paintings that I've painted that I'm actually pretty proud of. It's a replica of a Van Gogh piece. And that kind of propelled me into thinking, I'm not that bad. Like, I can paint, like I can create, like it's kind of cool. But I never thought that I would be doing as much artwork as I am doing now. This was years ago, by the way. But here we are, and I'm getting commissions and painting almost every single day, and it's amazing. It not only brings me joy, but I guess it kind of brings other people joy. It's really interesting to have social media and to be able to put yourself out there and the work that you do and actually get feedback from people from all over the world, being like, yeah, this is great, or I love what you did here, or whatever. So that's kind of amazing. Most of my art, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Most of my artwork is kind of dark. I'm a very big horror fan. Psychological thrillers, all of those types of things, scary games. I love all of that stuff. So a lot of my paintings are darker, but I did paint something recently that's a little bit lighter. It's a bunny, but it's on fire. But I guess it's pink. I don't know. But yeah, what I mostly paint is darker things. But what's really cool is I'm starting to get people to ask me to paint things, specific things for them, but in my style, which is really neat. And I never thought I'd be here right now with doing these kind of things for people. I work in the funeral industry full time, and I went to school for teaching, and then decided that wasn't what I was gonna do. Then I went to school for getting my degree in business economics, and then I went to school for cosmetology. So I am not only painting on canvas and stuff, I also very much enjoy creating hair things, painting on hair, all of that. I'm not a licensed cosmetologist or anything like that, not yet, but I soon will be, which is very exciting. Recently, this is kind of funny, recently I was going through stuff and I found some of my artwork from when I was like in 6th grade or 7th grade, and I had to do a Chicago A through Z book, so pick things all the way through the alphabet relating to Chicago, write a blurb about it, and draw or collage. So one of the first things I realized I did was I drew Goofy because but I also drew Hitler, and not just because I wanted to draw Hitler, but this was for J is for Spertus Museum of Judaica. So instead of drawing maybe something related to, I don't know, I drew Hitler. But some of these things are really funny, so I can see, like, finding your old art is really fun. I found recently, besides this, I found some like wrestling signs that I made when I thought I was going to go to WWF SmackDown, and I made signs with like it's really funny, the Brahma Bull, like, for The Rock, and like a sign for Mick Foley, and like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and all this artwork, and I'm like, I never went, but I'm just gonna keep it, I guess. So that's some of the artwork I made growing up too. Big wrestling fan back then. I just don't know what's happening with it these days, but it was really cool to find that. It's also really cool to see how, like, your drawing and art style changes over time, because it definitely does. For most of everything, like, I'm self-taught, so I never used watercolors before, and I taught myself kind of how to use them. Oil, I'm just starting off with, and I don't really know what I'm doing there, but I'm learning, and it's kind of interesting considering the time we're in right now with the pandemic and everything. Or the panorama, or the paraphernalia, or whatever you want to call it these days, where everyone is, you know, kind of at home mostly, and I feel like everyone is creating more, which is neat. It's more than neat, it's kind of fantastic. But having all this time inside now kind of forces you to learn things and, like, teach yourself things, and whether it's like with art, cooking, music, whatever, it's just a really cool time right now. It's also cool to be doing something like this, and I'm very grateful to be invited to do something like this, because someone's gonna watch it, right? And maybe someone will see my artwork later, or maybe someone will, I don't know. We're all inside, but I feel like we are bringing a lot of what's inside out, if that makes any sense, which is really cool. But yeah, you guys could. Oh, this is also another light piece that I did, not so dark. I did Wilbur from Charlotte's Web. Oh, that's not really dark, or not really in the light. I guess it's not. But the painting isn't, I did this in watercolor. The painting's light, I guess. The movie's sad. But anyway, I can't believe I took up almost 10 minutes. But if you guys want to see any of my artwork or anything, you can find me on Instagram, Ashlee Smashly Art. You'll see my personal page too, where I do a bunch of makeup and stuff. And if you have questions about anything, message me. If you want to say hello, I'll say hello. Thank you so much again for Art After Dark, for including me in this. I hope you all have an amazing day.
Yo, what's up, y'all? My name is Ricky, and I'm an abstract artist from the south side of Chicago. I'm pretty much known on Instagram as Visuals by Ricky, and I'm just giving y'all a glimpse of my artwork. I guess I want to start by just expressing some of what it means. First and foremost, I consider myself an abstract artist that dares to bend the genre of how abstract art is viewed. Art is subjective to me, and it's limitless, and I find a lot of enjoyment in that fact. My paintings are very reflective of past memories and present experiences. The way I depict my thoughts on canvas is exactly how things appear to me in my mind. A lot of people know my work because of the deeply layered backgrounds that each of my paintings have. What most people don't know is that the backgrounds represent a dialogue within myself and the canvas. So basically, before I allow myself to touch the central image, I give myself room to vent and express any thoughts or emotions that may be floating around in my head and maybe clogging my mental and most of the time I'll spend days working on the background, just the background by itself, until I've said everything I need to say and I've exhausted any thoughts that may have plagued me during that time. I really enjoy being able to express myself through my backgrounds because it gives me a chance to release anything that's latched onto me and really just transform my focus into the work, the central image itself after that. So a lot of people want to know when I started painting. I started painting in 2016 with no prior experience. I taught myself how to paint, but I have always known that I wanted to be an artist since I was 4 years old. Coming up, a lot of things have kept me away from art, jobs, experiences, some of everything, even the military at one point, because I was working so much, I had no time to create, I had no time to teach myself how to paint. But art has always had a way of showing itself to me no matter what, and I knew that it will only stay away from me temporarily. And when it came, and it came back with a vengeance, I was ready to embrace it and accept it for what it is and move forward and take on a career as a visual artist. When I'm creating, my goal is to reach people with my work in ways that can be contemplative, in ways that make people laugh, smile, cry, whatever it is people may want to feel. My goal is to just make people feel. I feel like if I've ever made anyone feel just by looking at my work, and I know I'm doing my job correctly. To me, art is my superpower, you know? It allows me to create something from nothing, all while enjoying myself and reaching people of all ages and walks of life. When I create, I try to touch many people and many things, many subjects. I try to promote Black representation, self-love, justice, healing, and especially growth. I just try to shine a light on the things that are important to me and the people around me. Nowadays, I'm stretching myself out a little further to dabble in installation art, which I also really enjoy. So I'll take objects, whether it's older art objects or furniture or whatever I can get my hands on, to further tell my story and add a bit of diversity to my creative plate. I get thorough enjoyment from just putting a paintbrush to anything that may call me. I guess art is my way of life. It's become a huge part of what I stand for and who I am. We all are different as artists, and even though we all present our works differently, all art is beautiful to me, all of it. Even when people say things like, oh, I could never create that. I don't think it's about that. I think it's always about expression. And that's another thing I want people to know, that if you openly express yourself with the truth and honor and light, then everything you create is beautiful. And I feel the same about my own work. I want to continue to reach as many people as possible. I want to continue to share more of my story with people and relate to those who may not have the voice to do so. And really, I just look forward to y'all continuously watching my journey and watching me come up as an artist. And I appreciate everybody who's been growing with me thus far and really being involved with what I do, promoting my work, because there's so much more coming. There's so much more where all of this came from. And I'm just really grateful to have many platforms to express myself and for people seeking me out to do work for them and just putting me in different rooms where I can meet more people and push out more work and just touch more hearts. But I appreciate the time that has been given to me. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me. I appreciate y'all listening to me. I hope everybody be well. I hope everybody be smooth. And I look forward to sharing with y'all the newer projects that I'm working on, and I just can't wait for y'all to see it. Love y'all.
Polyrhythm.
no further. The time is now. The time is now. If it's love you want,